That seals it. The Celtics lose a 23-point fourth quarter lead, but they pull away late to win it and improve to 47-18, and now finally can truly look ahead to Wednesday night when the eyes of the NBA world will be here as SGA and OKC come to town. The final score, Boston 114, Utah 108.
I see people in our chat ready to go. Go on over to youtube.com and search 98.5 The Sports Hub. I like to talk into my remote. Like YouTube 98.5 The Sports Hub, and then it just pops right up. That's how I do it. Anyway, Celtics won tonight. Was anybody concerned? Was anybody concerned? I think we're starting to see a little bit of a trend here where the Celtics go up 20 points and then take their foot off the gas. I'm not concerned about it. Do you know why I'm not concerned about it? Because they close the games out. They weren't closers in the past. Some of you still have it. They close it out. They haven't had Porzingis in a week, which we have an update on coming up in a minute. No Al Horford tonight. Jason Tatum's eating popcorn on the bench. Sam Hauser goes off for 9 threes and 33 points. Whoever's on the floor, they know how to close out games. They know how to close out games. So whether they go cold from 3, they close it out. So if I hear, oh, man, they blow the leads, they can't blow everybody out all the time, everyone. But they are closers. No Tatum tonight, close. The other night against the Lakers, close. Utah battled. I give them credit. They hit a bunch of threes. They got hot. They sucked all night from 3 and went off late in the game. But there are some really good takeaways. I took notes because, that's what I do. Celtics are 5-1 on the homestand with one more to go against OKC. So, listen, I'm interested in the Oklahoma City game. It's somewhat of a measuring stick game, right? The Celtics have been outstanding against the best teams in the NBA. I want to see what they can do the other night, in a couple of nights. That's a game. I'm ready to go. But a 5-2 homestand is still good, everybody. So that's great. Jaylen Brown's dunk tonight. I've been saying this for a while, but him post All-Star break, dating back to last year, he's been straight fire. And now he's got the dog in him. That dunk tonight, statement.
Derek White sets the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Jaylen Brown pulls Kessler out. Now starts his drive. He's going to attack him and throw it down hard with the right hand. Jaylen Brown went at the giant, climbed the mountain, and slammed it home over Walker Kessler.
Did you hear he's back? Wow! Sometimes it reminds me of like a Chappelle skit. I don't know why. Like how whenever he gets, I'm trying to think of the bit. Okay, Half Baked, right? When like the scientist goes up to him and he goes, "Hey, janitor," and he goes, "Ah!
Attack him! Attack him!"
Janitor, do you mind going downstairs for me?
Attack him!
Little does he know he's going on like the biggest weed run of his life. Anyways, Jaylen Brown's awesome. How about the Hauser party tonight? Could we call tonight a Hauser party for 3? Can we do that tonight, Skaz? Is that okay?
I suppose.
Let's be real. Hauser has been a disappointment this year.
He's had bad stretches.
Disappointment. He's now got a nickname, Hauser Hunt.
I think the bench outside of Pritchard as a whole has been kind of a disappointment.
You're
this
right.
year.
I'm trying to put Hauser down to build him back up right now. The back injury's been a thing. The ankle injury, he's been horrible on the pick and roll defensively. And quite frankly, he's a big part of their rotation. And nights like tonight shows that he can be one of the most elite three-point shooters in the league. I don't know if it was the fact that he felt like he needed to score more. Maybe they were looking for him. Maybe that was because, I remember Jaylen Brown once saying, hey, some nights we try to get Sam the ball, like if we're playing the Pistons. So maybe tonight was we're playing the Jazz. Anyways, that was another one. So he had a huge night. Drew Holiday had a 3-pointer where I went, all right, Drew's back. Nothing to worry about here. He hit I can't remember the last time Drew Holiday has hit a 3.
Attack him!
But anyways, is Drew back? Looked good the other night.
He was a little tentative at the start of the Lakers game. He kind of made a bad pass, then went up for like an unsure layup. But since then, he's looked pretty confident to me.
10 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. That's a pretty good night, right? Isn't that all Holiday needs to do?
That's it.
Winning player. He hit that big 3 again. Went 2 for 5 from downtown tonight. I should probably mention that Hauser, 33 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. What else? And Derek White, solid as hell, right? 18 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds, and 3 blocks. And then, this isn't a concern of mine, but you mentioned earlier, Skaz, that the bench as a whole has been somewhat underwhelming. I'll use that. I won't say disappointment. Underwhelming. But I actually enjoyed what I saw from Torrey Craig tonight. He hit 2 big threes, 6 points. Neemias Queta did everything he was asked to do. 17 minutes, got 4 buckets, had 8 rebounds and 8 points and an assist. 1 block. Solid. So if I can be critical, Peyton Pritchard, I don't know if it's a Mazzulla thing or if it's a Pritchard thing. But when you start, 1 of 8 and finish 3 of 11, maybe he's just cold right now. He had 8 points tonight, 3 assists. I'm nitpicking. Yes, they gave up 39 fourth quarter points. I think they wanted to go home. Honestly, they play with their food a lot. They're disinterested, but when the big games are here, they're interested, and that's why it's a measuring stick game this week. So feel free to call in about it. 617-779-0985. Any other takeaways, Skaz, from tonight's win or the Celtics in general? I thought it was fairly interesting that Jason Tatum was on the injury report. I know it's been a shoulder thing. Tonight it was a knee.
Yeah, this is the knee tendinopathy or whatever it is. That's popped up a couple times. I think that's more just rest for me. But in terms of the game, Max mentioned this a little in the post game, but just their rebounding as a team, like Hauser 6 rebounds, Jaylen had 8 rebounds, Holiday with a couple rebounds, Derek White with 5. That's, Neemias Queta had 8 rebounds. Like, nights like tonight when they're missing, Porzingis, they're missing Al Horford, Tatum, everyone's got to work a little harder. These are things they weren't doing, in other games that the bench certainly wasn't doing against Cleveland and stuff like that. So I thought the overall team effort, how they looked tonight, like I know they gave up the lead and all that, but they were crashing the boards, making the right plays, 10 assists for Derek White. That's, Jaylen, not a great shooting night for Jaylen, but 10 of 11 from the free throw line. That's, better than he normally is. 26, 8, and 7, and he's the team high plus 17. That's what you need on a night like tonight. When you're missing some guys, you still come away with the win. And the Jazz, not a very good basketball team.
Oh, they're on Cooper Flag watch. And I'm sure that Cooper Flag watched that one tonight and said, hey, North Carolina, this area is not so bad. Kind of like it out here. Not so bad. Well, feel free to react if you'd like. 617-779-0985. Everybody wants to talk about free agency, huh? We'll do it in a second. But let me just give out some other notes from tonight. We gave you our takeaways. It was a great night. The Celtics were shorthanded. They got a historic performance from Sam Hauser. Made franchise history tonight. 7 3-point field goals in one quarter. The third. It was a competitive first half, but Hauser was the guy. 23 of his 33 points in that first half. They led by as many as 24 points in the third quarter. Jazz went on a 12-0 run. Celtics put the game away with a 9-1 run late. That's what I mean by closers. And they got Oklahoma City on Wednesday night. So that's the defensive let-ups in the fourth quarter. It's a habit. I'm not going to overlook it. I think it's more of a take the foot off the gas situation. And if a team like Utah, who's horrible shooting threes all night, gets hot, that's who can make things interesting. I don't think they can play this way on Wednesdays, guys.
Yes, Joe, and just a little update on that. It looks like you're going to be getting the Oklahoma City Thunder off a loss. Their 7-game win streak. They are down 11 right now with just under a minute to go. Nikola Jokic with 35, 17, and 7.
He supposedly wasn't going to play tonight.
35, 17, and 7.
Wow.
The real MVP. He might not win it this year, but he should.
I have no problem with that. The only thing I will say is my man Al Horford kept him at bay, would you say? He just may. Might go eat some hay.
Let's see what happens. See what happens on Thursday night. But yes, OKC coming off a loss. It looks like they're down 13 with 20 seconds to go. Their 7-game win streak will be snapped.
That was a Happy Gilmore reference for those who didn't know. Tatum eating the popcorn on the bench. I want that as a meme. I need that. Please send it to me. But I don't remember seeing that, first off. But I actually think he wanted to play the game. I think he sat there like, I don't want to sit tonight, so I'm going to eat popcorn. By the way, have you seen him, the way his eating habits? And I'm down with it. Jaylen Brown probably eats protein eggs when he wakes up, and Jason Tatum loves McDonald's and Five Guys and eats popcorn and how there's just some guys that are skinny like that.
T.O. is one of those guys where he used to say he ate McDonald's 5 days a week, basically. He'd eat it before games, after games. He's the most ripped guy you've ever seen. Or maybe Chad Johnson. Ocho saying both of them. Chad Johnson's a huge McDonald's guy.
But just the fact that he can just eat like that. And to add to it, on Soldiers Field Road, where our old radio station was, there's a McDonald's right there. And on the sign it says, "Welcome to Jason Tatum's McDonald's. World champion, Jason Tatum."
I mean, Giannis is one of those guys. After the Bucks won the title, he went and had a 50-piece nugget, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, what kind of sauces does he like? What kind of sauces does the Greek freak like? I want to know. If someone from the Garden is listening, when you guys do those videos, when you ask hey, who's the weirdest guy on the team, or stuff like that, since you have the partnership with McDonald's because you give everyone free chicken nuggets, I want to know what all the basketball players for the Celtics use for sauce, and I will judge everybody. And then here's the deal. Who's going to say that they don't eat it?
I don't know if Jalen's eating that.
I want to know what sauces they use. So I don't know if I need to. Eddie Palladino, who can I talk to there? I want to know what the Celtics use for their sauces to dip. Dipping sauces by Celtics. And then add the Shamrock Shake. 'Tis the season, everybody. 1 week away. All right, what else? Celtics gave rest. Defense let up. Sam Hauser is the best.
Joe Mazzulla beat his brother tonight, Joe. Do you know that Joe Mazzulla's brother is on the Jazz coaching staff?
I did not.
He is their video assistant, I believe. The Eric Spoelstra role.
Maybe he can help us get the chicken nugget sauce orders.
Mazzulla declined to comment pregame and then postgame said he's a good kid. He works hard.
Oh, is that it? All right, well, I got an update on Porzingis, but we got our eyes on the big cat over. But, oh, man, we've had a little bit of a stall here. It's 50-45, 95.
How much time? How much time? How much time?
You need 53 points in 12 minutes. I mean, we're on Big Cat watch. I think we'll get the ending. For those that don't know, Big Cat of Barstool has won 16 games in a row against the spread, and he took the over 148 tonight.
That sounds correct. Right around there. I think he was moving lines at one point.
I think the whole world is on this thing. So it's a bad time for both teams to get a little cold here. A lot of pressure on you guys. Just want to let you know we're talking about you in Boston.
I think the players are aware on this one, Joe.
I hope so. The CAA championship is on the line here. Or is it a quarterfinal game? I don't even care. Just go over, will you? We do have an update on Kristaps Porzingis tonight. Quote from Porzingis. We've been wondering where he is. He's been sick. Quote, I've been dealing with some viral illness that we haven't been able to fully identify yet. I'm recovering, getting better, but still working my way back to full strength. Thanks for support. Hoping for a healthy return soon. So there's your Kristaps Porzingis update tonight. What do you think that is? I don't want to speculate on health, but non-COVID illness. He was in the locker room. He was spotted today in the locker room. And I wish I could source it. I want to say it was Bobby Manning, CLNS, said he saw him in the locker room and he coughed. So he's there. We all want to see Porzingis, but it's funny. I asked Leroy this question yesterday, so I'll ask you, Skaz. Would you rather Porzingis healthy for the playoffs or starters and players getting less minutes the rest of the way?
Like, you're asking me if I would rather Jason Tatum play 40 minutes a night for the rest of the regular season, but Porzingis is healthy?
Correct.
Or they rest those guys. I
think they're in a pretty good situation where they can do both. But I guess answer the question.
Yeah, I would say Porzingis healthy. I think he's the X factor, especially against a team like Cleveland, who I think they could possibly beat without Porzingis. But, Mobley is a real difference maker. Their bigs are – that's the one thing in the East that worries me a little bit is Cleveland's bigs. And Donovan Mitchell has been incredible his entire career against the Celtics. So, and I'm kind of in the boat that, like, Jason Tatum's going to play 35 minutes a night regardless, because that's what Jason Tatum wants to do. So, yeah, give me a healthy Porzingis there.
Same. I don't care if Porzingis doesn't play another regular season game. I don't.
I'm fine with it. I was fine if Drew Holiday got the surgery and sat out for the next, 3 weeks.
Yep. So I am curious. I do think he's the difference maker. Like, do I think they could win without him? 50-50, yes.
I'm not as confident as I was last year.
Yes.
Last year, they were blowing teams out. They looked, unstoppable. The East wasn't as strong as it is this season. Obviously, you kind of got lucky with the easy path of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. I say that slightly in jest, as most people were picking the Mavericks in that series. But last year, I think they were winning the title with or without Porzingis. I'm not as sure on that this year.
Did you hear my 50-50 yes reference there? I just wanted to make sure.
Yes. I 50-50 yes, heard it.
Just wanted to make
We've had, when the callers aren't listening, we're working on it. We're workshopping.
We are working that, the listeners. We're workshopping a lot of things. Guys, we'll get into all the NFL news because there's a lot of it. Just trying to catch up. Someone says okay, this one I'm out on. In or out? Try chicken nuggets with tartar sauce.
I think I got to be out on that one.
Out on. I think the only time I have tartar, I can't. That's why. Listen, I say tartar because I can't say. I literally can't say tartar sauce. No shot. There's no shot.
Now you're like getting in my head. I don't know if I can say it.
Our whole life.
Tartar sauce.
It's been tartar. Tartar.
I think I almost had to dump you there.
It's been tartar sauce our whole lives. So I say tartar because it's the only way I can say it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I don't think I want it on my chicken, though.
I love it with fried clams. Oh. I'll dip a French fry in there, too. Or an onion ring. But a chicken nugget in tartar? I mean, I'll do it. But do I want to do it? I'll do it. What I'm out on? You of course, you would believe this. I'm not a coleslaw guy.
Yeah, coleslaw is one of those things where the hit rate is so low. Like the variations in coleslaw you get is one of the more wild variations in any food. So yeah, coleslaw needs to be really cold, and most of the time it's not, and it's not very good. So I'm with you on that one.
Coleslaw and tartar. Out. I mean, I'll do it, but do I want to do it? I'll do it. I'll do it. I would do it. All right. Well, that's our Celtics stuff for tonight. Solid 25 minutes, huh? We got our eyes on the Big Cat over. It's 52-45. We need some points. I'm rooting for you, Big Cat. I'm rooting for you. This might be one of the biggest streaks we've seen. This Joe DiMaggio's 56 games. This Cal Ripken's game played.
I've had some reverse streaks that I'm sure are pretty close to this.
But this Big Cat streak, let me tell you. Anyways, I can't read what everybody's writing in the chat. I just can't do it. All right, we'll hit the headline. Let me tell you, I'll tell you right now, everything that happened in the world, I'll try to. Everything that happened in the NFL world. We'll do it now in Sports Up Headlines.
Essential Sports Hub Headline, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Well, first, the Celtics won tonight, 114-108, a 33-point performance from Sam Hauser, 9 of 19 from 3. He was awesome, along with Jaylen Brown. They'll take on Oklahoma City Wednesday night. OKC lost tonight to Denver. NFL free agency. The Patriots were 20 minutes to go. It's going to be awesome. All right, let's have some fun. The Patriots today made a bunch of signings, so let's talk about it. Let's get excited. Milton Williams, big boy. Just so anybody ever wants to look at it, I use Our Lads. They're a very good site, and they give you up-to-date depth charts. So if you want to look at the Patriots depth chart, Our Lads is where I go. Pretty updated as of right now. So let's put Milton Williams right in the middle of that defense. And the signing of Harold Landry. Also the signing of Robert Spillane and Carlton Davis. And all of a sudden, let's take a look at that Patriots depth chart. Keon White's at one end. Christian Barmore is scheduled to be there. Next to Milton Williams. Then Harold Landry. Jawan Bentley and Robert Spillane in the middle. Your corners are Carlton Davis and Christian Gonzalez with Marcus Jones as the nickel. Duggar Peppers. And they got Jalen Hawkins is a free agent. Jonathan Jones is a free agent. The reason why I'm doing this exercise is the Patriots upgraded tremendously on defense. They had to spend the money on a big fish, and they got a big boy in Milton Williams who played for Philadelphia. Say whatever you want about Harold Landry. Guy gets after the quarterback, and he plays every game. He's exactly what they need. $10, $11 million player on a 3-year deal with something to prove. Robert Spillane has been like a stalk up and to the right, special teamer, bounced around, got moved up a bit, was one of the best run stuffers in the league. Now you add Jawan Bentley to that mix, they got something. You now have linebackers that can stop the run to go along with a pass rush with Harold Landry. They're building the team through defense. Why? Mike Vrabel. Now, I won't leave out the fact that they have missed on wide receivers. The list is long, and it might be longer. But when you miss on guys, Deebo Samuel, Devontae Adams, DK Metcalf, Chris Godwin, now Cooper Kupp is available. He's going to be released on Wednesday, but if a team makes a trade, why not the Patriots? Today, though, if we go to the offensive side of the ball, they added Morgan Moses at right tackle. My first thought is Mike Nwenu and Morgan Moses on the right side. Holy crap. Now, David Andrews is still slotted. Cole Strange is still slotted. Vidarian Lowe is still slotted, but Layden Robinson and Caden Wallace are their up-and-coming offensive linemen. They like Ben Brown. I still think they need a left tackle. But they added to their wide receiver group today someone that Josh McDaniels is familiar with in Mac Hollins, who just a couple of years ago had 50 catches. The thing with Mac Hollins is you want him to be a fourth wide receiver. That matchup for him is great. But with some of the injuries to Buffalo last year, he had to make more of an impact. Some may know Mac Hollins as the guy who wears interesting outfits with no feet or bare feet when he goes to the game. You now put that veteran who knows the Josh McDaniels offense in a group with a Jalen Polk or a Baker and Douglas and Booty. You need some veteran leadership there. I think what they've done is upgraded through the middle. I'd probably give it a B. I'm not going to go above that. I think it's good that they're using their coaches, their write-ups, their scouting on guys that they know and that they're familiar with. And I should add one more to the mix. Josh Dobbs is now their veteran backup quarterback. Josh Dobbs is experienced. He's played in playoff games. He's played for multiple teams. He is basically half the money that Jacoby Brissett was a year ago. And he started a playoff game for the Titans and Mike Vrabel. Does this now make Joe Milton available in a trade? There are talks that teams are interested. So a lot happened today. I don't think the Patriots are done yet. I still think there's some valuable players. Javon Holland's a guy I'm really looking at. I think that's a guy that could be an upgrade at the safety position right now. But I'm sure he's fielding offers from plenty of teams. And I'm actually surprised the Dolphins are even letting him go. So, have the Patriots spent today? Yeah. Did they get a big fish? They did. It's good. But the fact is this, and I'm not using this against them. The guys that they know right now are how they're going to build this thing back up, and it's very similar to how Bill Parcells did it and Bill Belichick did it. And maybe there's a blueprint here because Mike Vrabel has taken over a franchise before and rebuilt it to become a playoff team. So although you might not be wowed in free agency, what they did today, they're a better football team. So here's the exercise, Skaz. What was their best move today? Their most impactful move?
I'd have to say shoring up the defensive line. I know it's easy to say the big name, the biggest name. I mean, guys making more money than Tom Brady did when he was here. But for me, when you shell out that kind of money, a position they've needed, they couldn't get stops on third down last year. They were getting gashed in the run game constantly. To me, that is the biggest move they made today.
I think going in the middle of the line. No different than a middle of the infield or middle of a baseball diamond. D-tackle, linebacker, edge rusher, corner. You can't get any more of the middle of the defense than that. You couldn't do any better than that. And listen, they got a big fish. I want to give them credit.
This is a big Vrabel thing, too. He talks about the spine of the defense right up the middle. These are all Vrabel moves, Vrabel guys. And how nice would it be to be the Eagles where you can just let multiple studs walk away and say, we're not too worried about it.
Yeah, we'll just draft them.
Must be nice.
It's very nice. The Mac Hollins move, I want to say he's a fourth receiver. But if you can get a fourth receiver against a third, fourth corner, who has the advantage? And Hollins has played the role of a 2. He's a 4. Last year, he had to do more with Buffalo with all the injury. Keon Coleman didn't get going.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper came late. He had to fill that role. When he was with the Raiders, he had 52 catches in a Josh McDaniels offense.
So we're getting McDaniels and Vrabel guys. Doesn't seem like Elliott Wolf has much say on what's going on, does it?
I almost mentioned that. The other thing is Davis played for Detroit with the defensive coordinator. They know how they want to run. Listen, this is how you build it. And I could go over this with the Patriots and what Bill Parcells would bring in all the old guys that he played with. And Otis Smith probably played for the Patriots 3 different times. Dave Meggett was a guy that they brought in who played with him with the Giants. You go to Belichick, oh my God, Anthony Pleasant, just guys that, he knew he would bring him in. I kind of like it. Yeah, they got a big fish today. I like it. All right, we'll finish up the show. We'll wrap it up. We're still rooting for Big Cat, but it's not looking good. We'll finish this off coming up in a bit here on 95 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On
All right, back here at 98.5, the Sports Hub. Just to get you caught up, we will be here tomorrow night for a half hour. Then we got the Bees, and then we'll be on postgame until 11 o'clock. Free agency is ongoing. I'm sure there will be updates. Big winners today, I do think, are the Patriots. Twitter was a loser today, though. Not good for them. We got to clean that up. Saki, coming over from the Celtics, bro. How are you?
Joe, how are you tonight?
How was the game?
It was good. It was what you expected in a Monday night showdown against the Jazz.
That's right. You see that dunk by Jaylen Brown?
They started off flat, and then they picked it up a little bit. They played well in the second and the third, and then I think Missoula kind of messed it up with switching them all out in the fourth quarter, and then Utah caught some light, and that's what the Celtics do. They let bad teams back in the game.
Yeah, I'm not worried, though. They closed it out. They always
did. They did.
How
are you doing? You big Patriots news today, huh?
Some big news. Do you have any favorites from the day?
I like the kid they got from the Eagles. I think he's a good addition, especially after they traded Devon Gottschall this morning. But I still think we need some playmakers. I don't think Hollins is enough. I do like him, but I don't think he's enough.
They're not done yet. Saki, I know you're a food connoisseur. What is your favorite sauce for chicken nuggets?
Ooh, let's see. I don't want to disappoint you. Big fan of the Chick-fil-A sauce, but I like Raisin Cane sauce.
Okay, I haven't tried it. What if you went to McDonald's?
If I went to McDonald's, my guess is probably the ranch. I don't know. Pretty basic, but ranch.
Ranch. Okay, good answer. Have you ever had the honey before?
I have not. I've heard of it. I've heard of all the hype behind the honey, but I have not actually done it before.
What about a chicken nugget with tartare sauce?
Not for me.
Yeah.
Not for me, but not for me.
It was just, topic of the night.
Good chatting with you guys. I'm gonna listen to you guys back tomorrow,
right,
and hopefully it was a good night.
Appreciate you, bud. Saki went to the game tonight. May I add one more thing before we leave, Skaz? Linus Ullmark tonight. 48 saves for Ottawa. It's pretty good. Ho-hum. It's tough to watch. Now you're going to watch all the players play well for the other teams. A 2-1 win tonight for Ottawa over Detroit. He was absolutely outstanding. Ottawa 33, 25, and 6. All because of one Linus Ullmark. All right, we'll be sure to keep track of everything happening with NFL free agency. We launched a new website dedicated to it, offseason.985thesportshub.com. Stay updated with free agency. There's a tracker there. There's articles. There's videos with Alex Barth. There's all sorts of things. And we'll be back here tomorrow night, everybody. And the big cat over is, unless we get overtime,